To solve a problem 2, it states that ABC company has a total capital for $650,000 with a debit ratio of 40% and with an interest rate paying an interest rate of 10%. The number of shares are expected to be constant at 100,000 shares during the year 2020. In addition, the company has the following financial estimation based on economic predictions for the year 2020. The economy, good, normal, weak, and the probabilities for each economic situation, and the EBIT at each economic situation. And the applicable tax rate is 20%. Part A, the required is to calculate the expected ROE. Then to calculate part B, calculate the risk of ROE or the standard deviation of ROE. Part C, calculate the expected earning per share. And part D, calculate the risk in earning per share or the standard deviation of the earning per share. So to solve this problem, the solution will be, first of all, in order to calculate ROE, so we know that ROE is the net income over the total equity. So the net income is the EBIT that we have given minus the interest times 1 minus the tax rate. So, and the EBIT is given. The interest, in order to calculate the interest, we know that the interest is equal to the total debit times the interest rate. So first we need to calculate the total debit. The total debit is equal to the total capital minus the equity. So first we have to calculate the total equity, which is equal to total capital times 1 minus the debit ratio. So it's equal to the total capital 650,000 times 1 minus tax rate 0.4. So it's equal to 390,000. Then the total debit will be equal to the total capital minus the total equity. So the total debit will equal to 260,000. And the interest expense then is equal to the total debit that we have calculated times the interest rate. So it's equal to the total debit 260,000 times the interest rate 10%. So it's equal to 26,000. So the net income equal to EBIT minus the interest, which is 26,000 times 1 minus tax rate. The tax rate is 0.4. So we will have the net income for each economic situation at good, normal, and weak. Then the ROE is equal to the net income that we have calculated divided by the total equity that we have, which is equal to 390,000. So we calculate the ROE as net income over the total equity. Then the earning per share equal to the net income that is calculated here in this economic situation over the number of shares. The number of shares is expected to be constant at 100,000 shares in the given that we have, okay, 100,000 shares. So we can then calculate the ROE. After we calculate the ROE of each economic situation and the earning per share of each economic situation, then we can calculate as part A the expected ROE, which is equal to the sum of each ROE multiplied by its probability. So it's equal to the first ROE at good economic situation times its probability plus the second ROE at the second economic situation times its probability plus the third ROE times its probability in the weak economic situation. So we will get the expected ROE as the following, and the expected ROE will equal to 33.64%. So that's how we can calculate the expected ROE. And in order to calculate the risk in ROE, so it's simply equal to, the standard deviation of ROE, which is equal to the radical of sum of each ROE minus the calculated expected ROE that we have calculated here, squared times the probability of the situation. So we can calculate as following: the first ROE minus the expected squared times the probability of the good economic situation. Second, at the normal economic situation, the ROE of the normal economic situation minus the expected ROE squared times the probability of the normal economic situation. Then in the weak economic situation, we get the ROE of the normal expected at the weak economic situation minus the expected squared times the probability. Then we make the radical of this sum, so we will get the standard deviation of ROE, or the risk of ROE, 23.29%. Then we can continue the same process as we have calculated the expected ROE. Then we can calculate the expected earning per share to have the expected earning per share equal to $1.31, and the standard deviation of the earning per share will equal to $0.91 by following the same steps that we have followed in part B by calculating the standard deviation of ROE.